When I first moved here 20 years ago, this was pre-shale revolution. Peak oil was in sight. The Bush administration was in their, second term. And I really came to join friends from Texas who were involved in politics and campaigns. I had gone to school in Nashville, and it was my father who encouraged me to explore renewables. And with that, it was completely out of my element. I mean, and before tax credits, these were extreme passionate renewable advocates that largely we were seeing two markets. One was in California and the other was in New Jersey. And so it was eye-opening to me, but I would always go home for holidays and go to meet people at the Petroleum Club, which is where we always had our Easter brunches, and get eye rolls about renewables. And it was at that point that I started to recognize how disconnected the industry was from those that I was working with on a daily basis that were really pushing this industry forward, to those that had now discovered kind of this new way to produce an American-made resource with the shale revolution. I thought my dad had steered me in the complete wrong direction. But I spent a decade actually working with the electric utilities as it related to this disruptive technology and business model that solar was in the early 2000s. And in 2012, I kept going home, and we moved back to Texas for 2 years, actually. And while there, I realized that, again, there was just such a lack of understanding of renewables working. There was, the reliability and affordability were always the two key kind of points of why it didn't work. And my comment was, we know that the sun comes up and the sun goes down. We project that in financial models and performance, right? And it is expensive, but not as expensive as it was in '03. And so I launched Novus Energy Advisors, really just working with some family and friends that were in the oil and gas business that started listening and became intrigued of what they might be missing. And then 2015, when the market crashed with, the oil and gas business, once again, it was this searching and of looking for, well, what's next in the energy. And then from being in the DC area, there was more and more interest in how policy and regulation impacted their business and investment decisions. And so that's really the foundation from it. And now I would say, it's fascinating if you drive down in South Texas, the amount of infrastructure above the ground, whether the ranchers like it or not. It's an energy independent state that it's truly amazing and has boomed back and has more resiliency during some of these like highs and lows in the oil business. That seems to be a little bit more resilient than it was when I was growing up.